On a night in May 2004, a police raid in the city of Toorak, Philippines. Tore through the darkness as hundreds of officers stormed a high-walled, gated compound, uncovering an industrial-scale online gambling den primarily run by Chinese operators. Notably, this raid was not announced to local officials. Why? Because central authorities suspected collusion between officials in this criminal gang. But no one expected the clues to ultimately point to the most shocking figure. Bamban City Mayor, Alice Guo. Not just collusion, investigators quickly uncovered a horrifying truth. Alice Guo was not merely consorting with criminals, she was the mastermind behind this operation. Even more shocking, she wasn't even qualified to be mayor. Investigators reviewed immigration data and discovered that this young, high-ranking leader was not Filipino at all. The woman the entire city of Bamban trusted turned out to be a Chinese national named Guo Wa, who immigrated to the Philippines in 2015. Somehow, she had forged a Philippine birth certificate, stolen another person's identity with the same birthday, and transformed herself into This was an unacceptable situation for Filipinos. A foreign woman, an illegal immigrant with forged documents, could climb to the highest leadership position of the city, only to use that official role as a cover for large-scale criminal activities. To understand the severity of the Alice Guo case, we need to look at the bigger picture of the pogo industry. Pogo, short for Philippine Offshore Gaming Operators, were originally companies operating online games and gambling in the Philippines. But the customers were foreigners, especially Chinese, where gambling is strictly prohibited. In essence, these are online casinos where Chinese can gamble on games and sports events right from home. The pogo boom came in 2017, when President Duterte issued an order formalizing them under the regulation of the Philippine Amusement and Gaming Corporation. From then, the industry mushroomed. By 2019, the Philippines licensed over 300 pogos, generating over 7 billion pesos in tax. This was no small economic benefit. However, pogos quickly became an ideal legal front for organized criminal activities, including gambling fraud, money laundering, and especially here. This led to Chinese and other Asian nationals being forced to work as scammers, deceiving players into losing their money. Beijing itself was displeased with this industry. China repeatedly asked Duterte to shut down pogos as they violated China's gambling ban. However, President Duterte argued that doing so would cost Filipino brothers' request. It wasn't. Decided to put an end to pogos. He ordered the deportation of all foreign workers, mostly Chinese, and the closure of all pogos by year's end. This decision was warmly applauded by Filipinos, but it also caused massive consequences. Tens of thousands unemployed and homeless created social instability risks and left many foreign adrift into crime, and the Alice Guo case was the final straw. Alice's story is about an imposter, but it exposes the alarmingly lax immigration system, land management, and law enforcement in the Philippines. It raises tough questions about the extent of it and corruption that transnational criminal gangs have caused in a city near the capital, Manila. Alice Guo was eventually arrested in Indonesia and extradited to the Philippines. But her case still leaves big questions unanswered. Where were the immigration and law enforcement agencies while the Chinese could forge documents, run for office, and win? So, how did Alice Guo's journey from a pig farm to the pinnacle of power in the small city of Bombay, and the terrifying secrets hidden behind the pink glamour unfold? Bombay is a poor, little-known city in Tarlac province, about 100 kilometers from Manila. It's not a place where one would expect to find a cybercrime empire. Alice Guo appeared in Bombay at age 14 with her father. Starting with a seemingly ordinary pig farming business, she crafted a story of hardship, having no birth certificate and only studying at home. Yet her rise occurred at a super fast and mysterious pace. Just 3 years later, at age 17, she was managing a large farm, then quickly expanded into real estate. Just 1 month after purchasing an agricultural plot right in the city center, even adjacent to the city hall, Alice requested the local government to convert the land use to commercial and was quickly approved. She established this real estate management company. Notably, the co-founders were all figures of shady pasts, including a Chinese national wanted for operating an online casino and 2 others convicted in Singapore's largest money laundering case. Clearly, these were not ordinary business partners. In 2022, Alice Guo officially ran for mayor of Bandung in VIP Pro Style. A young woman from a pay farm background used a private pink helicopter for a campaign. She won by a landslide. After being elected, the new mayor had the city hall repainted pink, paid out charity gifts during holidays, attracted major chains like McDonald's and Jollibee to the city, winning her public favor. This was a perfect performance of a youthful, dynamic, and friendly female leader. But the horrifying truth lay right behind the office door, a pogo fire pit located next to the city hall. When police raided, they discovered a walled, gated complex with a sophisticated criminal organization. Inside was a basement filled with expensive wines and a fake wall concealing the entrance to a secret tunnel leading to the house, along with a perfect escape route for the ringleaders. And here is the detail that clarifies everything. The final clue came from the electricity bill that a utility worker accidentally gave to the complex's security guard, which clearly stated the name Alice Guo, the city mayor, who was not only complicit but also the owner of this criminal headquarters. After the exposure, Alice Guo attempted to escape via Singapore and Indonesia before being captured in Jakarta and extradited to Manila. But the story doesn't stop at a money laundering and document forgery case. It unexpectedly involved a named Sa Zhejiang, a notorious overseas Chinese arrested for running a casino in Myanmar, who once claimed to be a discarded Chinese spy. Sa Zhejiang had declared having records confirming the existence of Chinese spies, including the name Guo Kaping. Although Philippine courts concluded Alice was merely a Chinese national who entered illegally, forged documents to run for office, and was a link in organized human trafficking and money laundering, the spy suspicion still makes Filipinos worry about the potential level of Chinese intervention through figures like Alice. Whether a spy or not, the Alice Guo case exposed two deadly loopholes in the Philippine system: the laxity of immigration agencies, where a foreigner could easily forge documents, steal identities, and bypass all checks to gain citizenship and even successfully run for office, and Alice's ability to quickly convert land and operate right next to City Hall indicates large-scale collusion and protection within the local government machinery. On November 20th, a Philippine court sentenced Alice Guo, a Chinese citizen posing as a Filipino, to life imprisonment, along with 7 others for human trafficking. Under Philippine law, foreign nationals are not allowed to run for government positions. The Philippine National Bureau of Investigation later confirmed that Alice Guo and Chinese national Guo Kaping are the same person. The Philippines stated that Ms. Guo was responsible for overseeing a Chinese-run online gambling center, where hundreds were forced to carry out scams and face risks of torture. This vast complex, including office buildings, luxury villas, and a large swimming pool, was raided in March 2024. After a worker escaped and alerted the police, the Philippine military and police jointly raided the complex, rescuing over 700 Filipinos and Chinese. During the COVID-19 pandemic, scam complexes like the one in Bandung have appeared across town. They generate tens of billions of dollars in illegal profits annually and employ hundreds of thousands of, many of them are human trafficking victims and are detained by force.
Like the journey? Subscribe and join the next expedition.